I still think the Steam Deck is a great console, but I've been having a lot of issues with it lately. Let's hop in and take a closer look at these issues and see what you can do to fix them. The first issue that I noticed on the Steam Deck was these joysticks. These joysticks didn't have an anti-friction ring on the opening here, so as you use them, you would start to notice that this little joystick stem here would start to get worn away by this plastic. If you look really closely, you're going to see this little silicone ring around the joystick stem. This silicone ring helps prevent any friction on the joystick itself and prevents any damage. This also makes the joystick feel way smoother than it normally is, and overall, this has definitely fixed the issue. These are also extremely cheap at only a couple dollars each, and I'll link in the description which one I bought and where. Even if you just bought the Steam Deck, I highly recommend grabbing these before the joystick starts wearing away. This is going to make your joysticks last a lot longer, especially if you got the Hall sensor upgrade. I'll leave a link to the Hall sensor upgrade video that I did if you're interested at upgrading those as well. Regardless though, this little silicone ring is highly worth grabbing. I can't recommend it enough. The other issue that I've been having with the Steam Deck since day one is this panel. It's a decent panel and I've got an anti-reflective coating on there so I can use it outside, but the big issue that I have with this though is the vibrancy. I've got Vibrant Deck on right now, and it's pretty much the only way that I've made this usable to me. Out of every Windows handheld or x86 handheld that I've used, this one is definitely near the bottom of the list for color vibrancy. I have never been impressed with the panel on this device. Even if you compare the Steam Deck to a much cheaper console, the Loki Zero, there is a huge difference between the color vibrancy on these two panels. I know they were trying to cut corners and save some money where they could, but the screen is really disappointing. It's incredible to see a $269 console beat the Steam Deck in terms of screen quality. However, the Steam Deck is way more powerful, but it's still a shame to see the screen on this device so bad. It's worth noting that I'm a little pickier than most people when it comes to screen quality. They've made a great console, and the one thing that was really holding it back was the screen in my opinion. Deck HD looks pretty interesting, but out of everything that I don't like doing to a console, removing the screen is also at the top of the list, so I won't be doing that to this device. Are you guys interested in grabbing the upgraded screen for the Steam Deck? Let me know in the comments below. I'm interested to see how many people are picking it up. If you're like me though, and you don't want to replace the screen, I highly recommend checking out Vibrant Deck if you haven't done so already. I set my saturation to about 120 to 140%, and it seems pretty decent for most games. I've made a tutorial on how to set this up, and I'll leave that linked in the description as well. There's one other thing about the Steam Deck that almost drove me to sell it right away. And the issue was so bad, I could barely use the device. So what was going on? In big AAA games like Control, I was having one other issue that was really bad. When I was gaming, I would notice that all of a sudden my FPS would drop to almost nothing, and it was like a slideshow. I would also notice that the clocks on the device were down really low to like 200 or 500 megahertz. It was so bad that even scrolling through menus would completely be unusable. This was so bad that I was actually debating selling the Steam Deck at this point. I had no idea what was going on with it, and I had no idea if it was just a problem with the device. My warranty was up from Valve, so I had no fix from them either. I took to the internet to see if I could find a fix for this problem that was so bad I couldn't even use the Steam Deck. After a little bit of looking around, I did come across a fix, and it involved going to the BIOS and running one of the settings there. Let me show you what I did and how I fixed it. The first thing that you need to do is to shut down the Steam Deck. Let's go ahead and do that now. We need to get into the BIOS next, so press and hold the power button and the volume up button. When you see the Steam Deck starting logo, let go of the buttons and it'll boot into the BIOS. From there, go ahead and select the setup utility. This should get us into the BIOS. In the BIOS menu, scroll down to the power window here. We need to enter this battery storage mode. It'll say the unit will be powered down. Do you want to do that? Just say yes. That'll shut the unit down. We now need to plug this into a power source and start it back up. Once that's been done though, the unit should function normally. I was about to give up on the Steam Deck, but I'm really happy to see that this fixed the issue. The weird thing is, it also increased the performance of the Steam Deck. I was having some performance issues in a few games, but after running this, it seems to run way better. I've gone ahead and plugged that in, and as you can see, yeah, it's starting up already by itself. Now with that fix run though, everything should run a lot smoother, and I haven't had that weird issue where the clocks get stuck at low frequencies since. I tried everything to get the Steam Deck working again before this fix and nothing else worked. I thought it could have been the SSD, but I swapped back to the original 256. I also tried removing the microSD card, but that wasn't the cause of the issue. Regardless, it's nice to see that this unit is functioning correctly again, and it's actually usable now. I don't know what was causing it, but even all these settings here regarding TDP and GPU clocks were set to automatic, so I know that wasn't the case as well. Have any of you guys had this issue where the clocks would get stuck like that? I'm interested to know if anyone else has had this issue. Let me know in the comments below if you've had the same problem. The last issue that I've had with the Steam Deck is really slow download speeds. I've tried everything to get this one fixed, and unfortunately I haven't found a solution to this yet. I've tried setting custom DNS servers, it's on 5 GHz, so I know that's not the issue. But for some reason, I'm just getting really slow download speeds. I know a couple people mentioned a fix where you limit your download speed to something ridiculous that it'll never actually hit, but that doesn't seem to fix it either. Wi-Fi on this unit has definitely been kinda lackluster from my experience so far. Has anyone here found a fix for these slow download speeds? Make sure to let me know in the comments below. I'm interested to see if I can get this one fixed as well. These are just some of the odd little quirks that I've noticed about using the Steam Deck over the past year. What are some of the problems that you found with your Steam Deck or SteamOS in general? Let me know in the comments. If you have any questions, make sure to let me know in the comments below. Make sure to subscribe so you don't miss any future videos, and as always, thanks for watching.